Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Inept General, and welcome to another online battle. Today, we are being led on the field. We have a Chaos Army, and we are being led by Archaon, the Ever-Chosen, with his units of aspiring champions next to him. Behind, we have Chosen with great weapons. We have a unit of Chosen Halberdiers, looking fierce. A unit of Chaos Warrior Halberdiers, or is it the other way around? Hold on. Yeah, these are the Chaos Warrior ones, that's what I thought. Chaos Warrior Halberdiers. We have 3 units of just Chaos Warriors. Over here we have a unit of Chaos Knights and a unit of Dragon Ogres. And our ally today is the Undead, with his unit of Crypt Horrors. Looking hideous as usual, lads. He's got 1, 2, 3 units of Graveguard. 1, 2, 3 units of 4 units of just Skeleton Warriors, it looks like. He's got Vlad the Man, looking good. He always have this spike. Anyway, Vlad's looking good. And the Necromancer, just probably to buff up and regen. Another unit of Crypt Horrors, 2 Bats, and a lot of his force is here in the Cavalry. Black Knights, I think these are the regen ones. Blood Knights, and another unit of Black Knights. Did he bring the Regiments of Renown, or are they just normal Black Knights? Just normal Black Knights. I reckon you could have probably spent the cash on one of the regen regiment, but that's all right. And we are up against Wood Elves, one of the Treekin variety. So we've got 2 Treemen, well, 1 Treeman, Durfu, Waystalker, Arrow kind, 3 units of Deepwood Scouts, Wood Elf Ranger, Dryads, 3 units of Spears. It's a weird choice, the Deepwood Scouts, I have to say. I'm surprised he didn't just spend the money on the Glade Guard, but there you go. And Brettonia, 2 units of Trebuchets, 2 units of Bowmen, Lioncoeur, 4 units of Spearmen at Arms, and 4 units of Men at Arms. So let's kick things off. As you'll notice by the configuration, we'd set up to the right of their position. And so in this scenario, it would be stupid for me to march my Chaos Army straight across the firing line of these archers and everything and head towards the trebuchets. So what we're going to do is we didn't discuss this. I'm not talking to my partner this time, but the natural thing to do is, as he's moving off now, I saw he's heading towards the Wood Elves, but not necessarily trying to take up the center position. I was like, good idea. Let's go. March to the center, and we're going to try and 2-on-1 the Wood Elves, and then we'll deal with Brettonia. Now, because Brettonia only have 2 missile units, that's not much of a threat. The 2 trebuchets, they might get some damage done, but it's not the most worrying thing in the world. And because we're looking to essentially overwhelm the enemy's left flank, then I'm moving my cav over to back up his cav, and we're just all gonna sweep around this side. So my cav coming through. Now we are taking a bit of a pounding. The trebuchet is gonna hit us. Got the shielded Chaos Warriors as good offensive meat shield, but they'll take some hits. Ugh. They got up. Solid, lads. Bit of blood spilled, but we're okay. Let's catch up, lads. As my guys come through. The Blood Knights and the Black Knights leading the way with the Bats. I think the Bats were really just there to disturb any archers that obviously a Wood Elf and Brettonian army was definitely going to have a lot of. But actually they brought much less than I thought they might. The Blood Knights really do look good, I have to say. So we're charging across the field. Durfu's getting himself pumped up, and this Treeman. The enemy's moving to protect their flanks all around. Now this will come back to bite him a little bit later, but these guys don't really move. That was me, my Archaon, putting off a Burning Skulls. I thought that would have a bit more fun in there with their weakness to fire. but it didn't really do anything, kind of just wandered off to their rear ranks. Archaon, fireball at Durfu. Boom, hits him in the head, but it didn't do much damage. Surprisingly, it didn't do much damage. And we've engaged. At this point, you can see my ally in the background moving his cavalry around the back. Mine's just catching up and doing the same, trying to look for holes in the enemy defense. Archaon's got involved. He's just cast Stand or Die. And I think the Slayer of Kings is gone. Ooh. And the Brettonian player gets some good rear charges in. I do have some halberdiers back here, but they're not close enough. And he gets them in and pulls them out quicker than I realized. I think I was microing my cavalry over here, trying to find a gap in their defenses. So here they've lined up, they've got the rear guard covered. The Black Knights charge into some spears, take the hit to open up some gaps for everybody else. The Blood Knights looking to come around the side. My infantry is mainly engaged with these dryads. Archaon's casting the one that gives them all fire magic. There it goes. So this should help us cut down, but the Pegasus Knights are doing some good rear charges in. He used one Pegasus Knight to chase down some bats, which seemed like a bit of a waste, but there you go. So Archaon's holding solid on the rear flank here. Now I noticed these guys are a little bit exposed. They do have the spearman there, but the Wood Elf guy didn't move him, and the Brettonian player only moved to protect his own trebuchets. So we got a great charge in there. Want to get out of there before these scouts can do too much damage to me, so he's tried to move out. Got one of the tree men engaged, the Necromancer throwing some missiles at him. And some more missiles going in on that tree man. Now these rear charges started to really take their toll. We finally managed to get the Pegasus Knights engaged with the halberds. Chaos Knights looking for another gap. Think we can maybe get a charge in on these archers, maybe not, they retreated. And my ally essentially commits all his infantry into killing, Durfu, lucky, dodging a fireball, into killing these treemen in Durfu. And it really takes all that, they're not a joke. Trebuchet still raining down on us. Like charging some archers, but we took a lot of damage because these guys were braced. And I didn't really micro them out of there quickly enough. So that was a bit of a deal. And these Deepwood Scouts are starting to deal me some damage as well. At this point, with the fire magic of Archaon, we've managed to sort of deal with the Dryads. And we can kind of move, the guys who are dealing with them can kind of move into the Brettonian flanks now, at least distract them, commit their archers and what have you. The Blood Knights taking out the remainder of them, making use of themselves. Pegasus Knights engaging my Chaos Knights. My Chaos Knights, if they're just left in melee with the Pegasus Knights, should be able to make relatively quick work of them. And I've sent my Halberdiers over there if they can get there in time, but they can't. Pegasus Knights already back in the air. Now at this point, I see that their Waystalker is by himself. I send Archaon, but they do manage to move these Brettonian troops to intercept. But all those guys who are fighting the Dryads, I can move off. And anyone, all my infantry that was engaged really with these two treemen, I've said, okay, let's let the undead deal with them. We go try and take on the Brettonian player now, grind down his cheaper guards with my good infantry. And yeah, see Archaon gets intercepted on his way to the Waystalker. That's alright, he'll kill a good number of them. Halberdiers engaging. My Chaos Knights have been chased down here by these one group of spearmen, and they go, oh, okay, but there's a nice group of archers just standing there, so I'll eventually turn up north. There we go. Pegasus Knights engaging with the Black Knights over here, just doing some cycle charging. Now at this point, Archaon's killed enough guys around him. Really just decimated all the Brettonians anywhere near him. I eventually realized he's kind of in the clear. Blood Knights getting work done. Still taking on spearmen, which isn't ideal, but they'll still do alright. So in the rear, we've got the undead cavalry. To the left, we've got my cavalry just taking out a group of archers, trying to avoid these spearmen. Have my own halberdiers chasing these spearmen while they chase my cavalry around. Leon Luenker has finally committed himself into combat, and he's trying to take on some of my halberdiers, holding off 2 units of spearmen and Leon. Luon, even, not Leon. Luon. Those Pegasus Knights still making a nuisance of themselves, but eventually being ground down slowly. I'd sent in my Dragon Ogres. This is where they've been throughout this fight, fighting that Treeman and fighting Durfu. At this point, Archaon had made swift work of the Waystalker when he eventually caught up with him. And I noticed, ooh, look at this nice little pocket of archers completely undefended. So my knights are going to come in here around the Brettonians, charge in, and Archaon's just going to keep them busy as well while he's in there. Deepwood Scouts, what are you doing? Ugh. 5 with 1 hit, couple of heads flying off. Not bad, Archaon. And here come my Dragon Ogres. And from the other side, here come my Cav. And that's the end of most of the archers for the Wood Elves, really. That was almost their entire archery body taken out there. And this is the remnants of their infantry coming back. Durfu got chased off. The other Treeman is here, about to be chased off. And that liberates, essentially most of my infantry has been decimated by this point. They've kind of engaged, they've been holding down the Brettonians. But this essentially leaves my undead ally with a lot of his infantry still intact to come and join me once he realizes they shouldn't chase down that Treeman. Now Archaon I was happy leaving. They don't really have much that could kill Archaon very quickly. They had all of their Pegasus Knights charge in and Leonker, but their Pegasus Knights seem to be sort of spreading themselves around the battlefield, really trying to do maximum amount of damage, but at this point they've just been ground down with multiple engagements, so there's not much of them left. Still rear charging, still doing work, so I have to hand it to Brettonian player. He did make those Pegasus Knights work, a lot of micro on them. But my ally sent in the Black Knights just to help out Archaon a little bit. They managed to chase off these guys. At this point, I noticed that these Halberdiers are really struggling, and Leon Kerr's there with full health. So it's about time to do something about that. But at the same time, we've got my ally, here's Vlad. Still raising dead, lots of zombies around, just absorbing damage. So that just with your fist, Vlad. That was pretty impressive. I really don't remember that massive spike. Let me know in the comments, guys, if he's always had that spike. So my Cav had just been chasing off something of theirs. Oh, the Waystalker had come back. And they decided to kill him. And Durfu had come back a little bit and had... These guys had rallied, but Durfu, I think, shoots them or is about to shoot them. No, had already shot them. Now here we go. Archaon versus Leonker. Once he was freed up, Archaon came straight after him. Leonker tried to get away, was getting away. Archaon had already done significant damage to him. That was all really Archaon, that damage. He tries to come back at him and immediately runs away, and I think that's their army broken. That's it, Archaon. Get him! Your flames are bigger than his. Wow, you did tower above him a bit as well. So that was Archaon chasing down Leonker, and I think that was it. Yeah. Thanks for joining me on this multiplayer battle, guys. That was a fun one. Let me see if we can see who did what. Archaon doing some great work. Halberdiers as well. Wow, 118 for the Chosen Halberdiers. That's really good. The Chosen Great Weapons, 145. Fantastic performance. And as expected, I thought the Waystalker might do a bit better, but Durfu doing damage. Wow, Wildwood Rangers doing a lot of damage as well. These guys got taken out by the magic of Archaon, really, the fire magic. And this guy put in some work. But 97 from the Cav. The Dragon Ogres were mostly fighting off the Tree Men, so they didn't get their kills up that high. But really a pretty good performance all around from my army there. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully have some more multiplayer battles up for you relatively soon. I'll try and switch it up. I know I've been playing Chaos in all my multiplayer battles so far, but I know you know what? I love Chaos, so there we go. People say they're a bit of a useless faction, and I think one-on-one they can struggle, but in group battles like this, I think they really have something to offer to a team effort. Anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. Do subscribe if you'd like to see more, or follow me on any of my Total War Warhammer campaigns. Thanks very much for watching, and have a good day.